The Greek gods are one of the many reasons why ancient Greece is still a marvel in the modern world. The belief of gods and goddesses living on top of Mount Olympus still amazes many people today. Many stories have been written about the gods, whether it be as a group or individually. But the belief in these beings helped make ancient Greece the power that it became.
The god of all the gods was Zeus, god of lightning, thunder, honor, and justice. He was the god of all the Greeks, revered and feared the most. His symbols are thunderbolt, eagle, bull, and oak. His wife is Hera, his sister, who he fell in love with and courted with by turning into a cuckoo and letting her nurse him. Zeus had children with other immortals as well, like the Titaness Leto, the goddess of motherhood. With her, he had Apollo and Artemis, both gods. Not many people know that Zeus had a male lover in the form of Ganymede, a Trojan prince whom Zeus was infatuated with. Zeus brought him to Olympus in the form of an eagle, and there he was his lover. The Greeks honored Zeus by building temples for him, and the olive wreaths given to Olympic champions were for Zeus because olive trees were sacred to him. Hera, Zeus's wife and sister, is the Greek goddess of marriage, children, familial love, and married women. She is titled as the Queen of Olympus. The cow, lion, and the peacock are animals that are sacred to her. With Zeus, her children are Ares, the god of war, Evie, the goddess of youth, Eris, the goddess of discord, and Alethea, the goddess of childbirth. Hera is known to be jealous whenever Zeus is with any of his lovers, and Zeus would always try to hide his lovers in fear of her knowing about them. Hera is described as a beautiful woman who wears a crown and holds a royal lotus-tipped staff. Her throne, chariot, and sandals are all made of gold. She gets jealous very easily and turns people's hairs into snakes whenever they say their hair is better than hers. Her symbols are the pomegranate, diadem, and the lotus-tipped staff. Poseidon is the Greek god of earthquakes, oceans and all water sources, weather, the surface of the earth, horses, storms, and clear skies. He is known for causing storms in the sea, also known as tempests. He is also the patron of seafaring. He has a title called the Earthstichthon, which means the earth shaker, referring to his power to cause earthquakes. His symbol is the trident and the bull. He is the brother of Zeus and Hades. Poseidon was supposed to be the patron god of Athens, but Athena won over him, and as punishment, Poseidon made sure to let Athens never have enough water, a problem that still continues till today. Like his brother Zeus, Poseidon also had many lovers and wives. But compared to Zeus, he has much more than him. He has 111 lovers and had 106 children. Poseidon is the second most powerful god, Zeus being the first.
Hades was the god of the underworld and of the dead with his wife Persephone. He is a brother of Zeus and Poseidon. His servants are Charon, the boatman, and Cerberus, the creature with 3 heads. He is the only god who chose not to have a throne on Mount Olympus. He controlled the spirits and demons of the underworld. He is also the god of precious metals and has the authority over death. Hades is a very powerful god and is only rivaled by his 2 brothers.
Demeter was the Olympian goddess of agriculture, grain, and bread. She taught the people the art of sowing and plowing so that they could end their nomadic ways. She is also the goddess of plant society, and she is also identified as a goddess of fertility. She also presided over the sanctity of marriage, the sacred law, the cycle of life and death. She is often portrayed as a solemn woman with a wreath of braided ears of corn. Her sacred animals are the snake and the pig. She is the mother of Persephone, the wife of Hades. She can also control the seasons. When she is with her daughter Persephone, the world is warm and ripe, but when Persephone goes back to Hades, the world is dark and bare. She can also cross barriers between immortal and immortal worlds. Ares is a Greek god of war, battle lust, and manly courage. He is a very fierce god, and because of this, many people fear him. He does have one fear though, which is injury. When he is injured, he becomes a coward and runs back to Olympus for healing. He also had a love affair with the goddess of love, Aphrodite, when she was unhappily married to Hephaestus. When Hephaestus found out about their affair, he created an unbreakable bronze net for them to be trapped in while he went away. As soon as he got home, he found them in the net naked and helpless. He then called for the other gods to witness his shame. Despite his title, he is very spoiled. His symbol is a spear. Athena is the Greek goddess of wisdom, skill, and war. How she was born is a rather interesting story. When Zeus, her father, found out that Metis' children, her mother, will overthrow him, he felt threatened, so he swallowed Metis. During this time, Metis was already pregnant with their child, Athena. She then gave birth to Athena inside of Zeus and trained her. One day, Zeus got a really bad headache and asked Hephaestus to cut open his skull. As he smashed his axe onto Zeus's head, Athena sprung out dressed in full battle armor. His symbols are the owl, crow, helmet, shield, armor, and the olive tree. Apollo is a Greek god of music, light, and prophecy. Since he is a god of prophecy, he decided to have a special place where immortals can come and ask him questions. He then found a place named Pytho, which is a perfect choice to start with. But then a giant snake, named the Python, was living there. He killed the snake with one shot from his bow, and renamed Pytho to Delphi, and there he created his temple. His symbols are the lyre, laurel wreath, python, and raven. Artemis is the Greek god of the hunt, wilderness, wild animals, virginity, and the moon. All wild animals are sacred to Artemis, most especially the deer. She rarely had male companions. She only loved one man named Orion, but she ended up killing him due to trickery. Her main strengths are independence, courage, confidence, and strength, whereas her main weaknesses are being revengeful and impulsive. She was also very fierce, for she would throw spells at people who do not wish to obey her wishes. Her symbol is the moon. Hephaestus is the son of Zeus and Hera. He is the only god known to be physically ugly. People also say that he was lame. Many documents vary on how this happened. They say that Hera, being disappointed with the looks of the child, threw him from Mount Olympus to the sea, breaking his legs. Another says that Zeus and Hera had an argument about the child, and Zeus threw him out of Olympus. He is the god of fire, forges, and blacksmiths. He makes all the efficient weaponry of the gods through a volcano. He is known to be very kind and peace-loving. His wife is Aphrodite, even though Aphrodite chose Ares. Aphrodite is a well-known goddess of love, beauty, and desire. She has a magical girdle that forces people she loves to desire her deeply. Did you know that out of all of the gods and goddesses, Aphrodite is by far the oldest? There are two accounts of her birth that state this, particularly the second one. The first says that she is simply the daughter of Zeus and Dione. The second says that the Titans, Cronus and Uranus, born before the gods, fought. Uranus was defeated in battle. Then Cronus took away his genitals and threw them into the sea. Aphrodite arose from the mess in a scallop and walked into the land for the first time. Aphrodite is also the wife of Hephaestus, but her lover became Ares. The dove, swan, and sparrow, and rose are her symbols. Hermes is the cleverest of the gods and a messenger to all of them. He was the god of thieves and commerce. As the official Olympian messenger, he was the fastest. He is often illustrated with winged sandals and winged headgear. He is the son of Zeus and Maya. He is also known for guiding the dead into the underworld. How did he become the god of the thieves? He once tricked Apollo into finding his herd of cattle with their hooves placed backwards. The path his own cattle made was confusing to Apollo, but as the god of prophecy, he eventually found out who stole the entire herd. He found the infant Hermes sleeping into a cave and brought him to Zeus for judgment after what he did. In the end, both gods forgave each other by giving each other gifts. Hermes was given a golden rod, while Apollo was given a lyre, a musical instrument of Hermes' making. Dionysus is known to be the god of fertility and wine, then later a patron to the arts. He invented wine and spread the news of cultivating grapes. He is known to have two sides, one bringing joy and the other irrational and unthinking rage. This reflects the effects of wine to people. He can also drive people mad if he wishes to. He is the son of Zeus and Semele, a mortal. He is by far the only god with a mortal parent. It was revealed to Semele that her lover was Zeus through Hera. She then begged of Zeus to show her his real form. Showing the real form of Zeus will be too blinding for a mortal, but since he promised, he did so. Semele died because of this, but Dionysus was saved by the wreckage by Zeus. Zeus then tied him up to his thigh to prepare him for birth, and from that Dionysus was given immortality. Hera, however, hated Dionysus for being a mortal and god spawn. She arranged that the Titans kill him, but even though he was ripped to pieces, he was brought back to life by Rhea, Zeus's mother. To keep Dionysus safe, Zeus made him be raised by the mountain nymphs, and there his wine was invented. He is by far the only Greek god raised from the dead. This is a symbolism of how grapevines should be pruned and made dormant for the winter. Once spring comes back, they produce their leaves again.